I'm going to help you liberate yourself from the mayonnaise, brothers and sisters.
Alrighty-dighty-highty-lighty. It's the Sheridan Entertainment Network today, folks. You paid for it and you got it. So if you love writing in saying how much you hate Roca hosts when Christian isn't here, today is your day. All right, joining me today, we'll start with the swaggy blurred himself, Winston A. Marshall. What is up, Winston?
Hey, am I muted?
Probably muted. Hey.
No, never mind, I'm not. I'm good. Thank you so much for all the lovely birthday wishes yesterday. It was a wonderful day. Y'all are the best.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And I didn't think that Sabrina's tripod could get more sexy, but she's got a hat on it, and there she is with the sexiest tripod in the business, Sabrina Ramirez. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Happy to be here. Happy to see these lovely faces, and happy to have you hosting.
Thank you. Thank you. I think you're the only one. No. Mark Yodi Riley is definitely happy to be here. Glad he joined us at the last minute.
I will only come back around for you, Brett Sheridan. I will miss emails all week, but I will only come around for you.
Amazing, and thank you for being here. And Alex Marzoña, he's got stuff dropping and flipping and banging, and they're popping, all kinds of stuff in the music world. How you doing?
I'm good. It's going to be a big music week for me next week, and today we have barely any news to talk about, so it'll be a short show, right?
Yeah, be a little quick one. Dwain Burke filling in for Ryan. What is going on? How are you doing? Are you excited to be on the show with me hosting, or are you like, oh, cool, I finally get to do a show and it's not with the main host?
I'm just happy to be here. I'm much rather be here with you than with anyone else.
I love it. So we don't really have to talk about the Mandalorian today because I think Christian did a 3-hour show on that one. So I think we're good to go on that. If I watched it, I got up at 7. Sun woke me up. I love that part. That's the joy of my Friday is my son waking me up to watch a show. So real quick, everybody, did you like it, not like it? Real quick, we can say a quick word or we can move right into the Disney news. What are we thinking?
I give it a thumbs up.
Thumbs up? Good.
Yeah.
That's how I review most things. It's very short and sweet. All right, Alex, let's hit it with the first news story.
Donated $20. Basically, to sum up yesterday quite nicely, Warner Brothers and their HBO Max are fucked. Hi, Brett.
That's a good way of putting it.
I have a guess, honestly,
donated
that
$20.
Warner and HBO
Welcome all
got,
to the Sheridan Entertainment Network. Brett, you are going to crush it, dude. Also, how did your wife react to the news that the glorious Flowsy is returning?
She was not pleased, but I think I think given the circumstances and the fact that it keeps our jobs around, she doesn't mind it. And that will remind me actually that 2 Schmoebots in a row. We're just doing Schmoebots today. We probably won't have time to get to Streamlabs, so keep the Schmoebots coming in and drive that conversation. I will say, I won't yell at you as much as Roca does, but I will give you a stern stare if they don't come in. Okay.
I like Daddy Brett's parenting style a lot more. That stern stare does way more than screaming, for sure.
It's that BDE, that big dad energy.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, you want mom to leave when Brett is like this. I mean, come on. It's like, what are we doing? This is like when my mom left, my dad showed me Aliens. What are we doing, Brett? Come on.
Right. We're gonna burn this heifer down. That's what I said to you.
We're gonna really just break stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna break some things
and just really, stir it up.
Yeah, we're not gonna say nasty words, but we're gonna,
F that and mother effer.
We're talking about Disney.
Yeah.
Something nice and kid friendly. Just did a new impression.
I didn't know
Boom.
his voice, but I like it. You know?
That was good.
That was good.
That was good. The Swiss Family Sheridan.
It's kind of the, what is the Dana Carvey? We didn't have this and we loved it, but it was, he kind of did the old, grumpy old man was. All right, Alex, come on, stay on topic.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's get to this. It's gonna be a bit. So I'm just gonna list a few things. If you have anything to say, just go ahead and interrupt me, just like the Schmoebot. All right. So let's start with Marvel theatrical movies. Black Widow will be staying an in-theaters release on May 7, 2021, and won't be going to Disney Plus day and date.
Wow.
Shang-Chi finished filming and will release in theaters on July 9, 2021. Eternals will also still be released in theaters on November 2021. There is no Spider-Man news because technically it is a Sony movie, so they didn't talk about it yesterday. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness will be released in theaters March 25, 2022. Thor: Love and Thunder officially cast Christian Bale as the villain Gore the God Butcher and will release in May 6, 2022. Do you guys have anything to say about that? About Disney's decision to keep most of these?
Askew_1 donated $20. Oh snap.
Thank you.
It happened? I'm still catching up from yesterday's show. You all rock. Oh, hi Brett.
Hello, and thank you. Yes, I'm glad that these are the only stories we have to talk about, right, Alex? You just mentioned the whole gamut that they ran through yesterday.
Yeah. Pretty much.
It wasn't like you just gave me so much information that I can't remember any of it. I think I heard something about releasing in theaters of something. Does anybody have any comments on this? Winston, I think you who I was supposed to throw to for some of the Marvel news, I'm guessing.
Sure,
so
yeah.
why don't I throw to you right
Brett's
now?
number one fan donated $20. Seriously, fuck Roka. Brett all the way. Hey Dwayne, where the white women at?
Right there. Right there.
Yeah, coming back from a walk.
To that I have to say,
If you suffer from the snow bunny crisis, what are you here for? See? Why? If you love white girls, then go get you one, brother. I'm not mad at you.
Right there. Literally right there. What
Right
are you
there.
talking about? Right there.
I need a drink.
It's
You know what?
We went right to it. Yeah.
In a minute, I might join you. I might go grab a beer. But I real talk. Like I'm excited about this. The joke I was gonna make. I think HBO and Warner probably got some sort of rumor leak about what was about to happen with Disney and Disney Plus, and we're like, oh shit. And so the only thing they could think to do to counter it is we're just gonna release all of our big blockbusters on HBO Max because this is insane. Like Disney is not here to make friends. They're here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and they're all out of bubblegum, man. Like this is an insane slate that they still plan to have going. I don't know if any of y'all stayed after the announcements, but I did, where they were talking about the financial elements of this. They were talking about how they were planning to get to 80 million subscribers by like 2024. They hit that shit consistently now. So like their new model is they want to get to about 300 million by 2024.
Cody Allen donated $20. Best SEN host ever. First of all, second of all, happy late birthday Winston, and happy Friday to all. And thirdly, Disney was really waving their schlong around last night. As a fanatical Marvel fan, I don't know what excited me most. Doc Dread 2 donated $20.
There we go.
Gonna make a bet here which will be unpopular. I bet Obi-Wan doesn't leave his mission on Tatooine. I bet he creates a force connection like Kylo and Rey to try and reach Anakin through Vader, and they duel like they did in Tross. Just don't see Obi leaving.
Yeah, that's kind of what they were talking about. Yeah, that it's how are they going to meet up? You know, if Obi-Wan's supposed to be, looking over Luke, like where are they meeting through Force? I think it's Force telephone is what they call it. Riley, what do you think about this one?
Oh God. How much time do you have on this one?
I think we're doing a 4-hour show.
Yeah, I like that idea though, that we could see some elements of the Rise of Skywalker and that was started with Last Jedi, and see that Force Skype connection. That might be cool to see Obi-Wan and Anakin or Vader commune like that. I don't know if they're going to do that, but I think Obi-Wan can leave. I don't think Obi-Wan needs to stay on Tatooine. And I hope he doesn't, because I think that it would open it up, and I would love to get a little of that Attack of the Clones flavor where Obi-Wan went on that noir mission, that detective story. Get him back doing that. Maybe he does go to Alderaan and meet with Bale Organa. Maybe he goes to, Yavin. I don't know. I think that to keep him on Tatooine would be, I mean, I think that most of the time he'll be there, but I hope he does leave.
Yeah.
Well, real quick, I don't think he can play Force telephone with Vader, because if he does, remember how many times did Kylo figure out exactly where Rey was because of Force telephone or whatever we're calling it? So if he does that, he goes, "Bitch, I found you," and then just shows up and is like trying to murder Obi-Wan and Luke. You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't know if that would to me would be a bad plot hole if they do that. And
I believe that Snoke, i.e. the other guy, sorry, spoiler. Is it spoilers? I don't know.
Not anymore.
No. Yeah, fuck it, the Emperor was like making that connection for Kylo and
Call me
Rey.
by your chips donated $20. Mr. Sheridan is hosting. My body is ready.
Okay.
My body's ready too, Brett.
That's exactly what I said when I saw the email this morning. I was like, all right, happy Friday, guys.
Sabrina.
I woke up and I was like, yes.
Stay on target. Go ahead, Sabrina. Do you have something to say about it?
Yeah, going off of what both of you said, Kylo was able to find her location because he kept finding clues within their like Force FaceTimes. Like he found obviously like the necklace, and then he found that she was on like his ship or whatever.
Right.
So I feel like as long as he stays in a specific place where you can't identify where he's at, I think you could get around that.
Potentially, I don't think that's a bad point for sure. I was just also texted by the boss man that Kylo and Rey were very rare that they could do that. It's called a force convergence.
Force convergence
is the proper term.
I prefer Force FaceTime.
Yeah, Force FaceTime.
Force FaceTime, that's fucking fire.
Yeah, it's canon now.
Hey, babe, get on that FFT real quick. Hold on. But what we were really talking about, Marvel. So
yes.
I mean, I'm super excited. We've been waiting for Black Widow. This movie was due, forget this year. This movie was due back in like 2010. So I can't wait for this to actually happen. Some of the other stuff, like it's cool to see what they're gonna do, like casting wise with the Multiverse of Madness. It's cool to see that they are already kind of setting up stuff for Ant-Man and Blade. Did you mention the Black Panther news, Alex?
No, that was going to be the second half of that. I just wanted to knock out that first half. So let's get to the second half. If that's cool.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so Black Panther 2, Feige confirms that King T'Challa will not be recast after Chadwick Boseman's tragic passing, and it will be released in July 2022. Second thing there is Ant-Man and the Wasp. Quantumania gets its title with the main cast and crew coming back. Catherine Newton and Jonathan Majors officially joining the cast. Captain Marvel 2, Nia DaCosta will be officially directing, and Miss Marvel will cross over from the TV shows into the movie. And that will release on November 11, 2022. Blade did get a little update, but with no formal date.
Right. And
Fantastic Four will be happening with John Watts directing. So that was the second half of the
crazy
Marvel theater.
Sensory overload is what's happening to me. I know we were talking a little bit before the show, Sabrina. You were saying, I mean, it's just like, what? And again, there's a lot. They're throwing that schlong around Disney. I know, Winston, you had some comments about the not recasting of Chadwick. What were you thinking about that?
Jonathan donated $20. Just donating to this sexy crew.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you. We really appreciate that, man.
So my whole thing was don't recast him for this next movie. Give it some air. Give it some like breath to like just let us absorb that it's happened, give homage to the character, stuff like that, and then I could see it happening in the third film because Disney has kind of made it if your movie does well, you get a trilogy. And that's kind of the path that it seems like we're going here. So then I could easily see something happens where he comes back in the third film and you've recast. I think that's appropriate. Not recasting forever. My only beef with that is that there are so many important stories through T'Challa. Now, Wakanda in general has plenty of stories that we can explore with Shuri, with the Dora Milaje and Okoye, but like, for example, even though Storm is a major part of Wakanda, that comes into play because of her marriage with T'Challa. So you're potentially robbing us of that too. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's appropriate to hold it off for this next film. I hope this isn't a lifetime we're never recasting T'Challa, because I don't know if I agree with that personally. But I do agree with and respect the idea to wait right now, to not put him in this next film. I think that that's appropriate.
And I think that's just kind of what they're doing. I think that they're going to come up with a plan, but you can't just go right now, okay, we're immediately recasting, we're going to go on doing this. And I think it's still a respectful thing right now. What do you think about that, Sabrina?
Yeah, I agree with everything Winston said and with what you said. You know, I feel like if they announced a recasting, everybody would think it was extremely disrespectful, but the character is still so important for a lot of people, and everyone knows that Chadwick had that impact, and whoever follows is basically just like honoring him and also reaching out to more children and more people that connect with this story. So it's definitely important to still have that character. On this other news, there's just a huge list. As Alex is going through it, I'm like, oh, and then I forget, like 2 lines later, I'm like, all right, I don't even know what that is anymore. But Catherine Newton and Jonathan Majors for Ant-Man, that's awesome. I love Jonathan Majors. I think he's incredible. And Catherine Newton is so cute. She was so good and freaky. I absolutely adore her. I want to be her best friend. Yeah.
Can I take a quick sidebar here?
Yes.
Okay. I'd just like to say, Catherine Newton, I would love to take you out for some good food and safely and socially distanced and all that, but look, I can write a few good lines and some good music, so put your magnifying glass on me like Pikachu did. I don't care for getting freaky, not like that Babu kid. Sip a glass of Chardonnay, I'll conquer the game like King. Improve my stature, could I capture Miss Cassie Lang? So Miss Newton, hit me up on Twitter or in the comments. Promise I won't get too nervous, else I might just vomit. Unlike these words out my mouth, I'm filled with just a little doubt, but really, how does some falafel sound? Let me know.
Wonderful.
Yo, real talk. If Catherine Newton doesn't respond,
actually gets to host. We survived 2020 for this. Right, also, happy belated B-Day to a fellow Sagittarius. I sent a Streamlabs yesterday to Blurds, but it didn't get read.
Oh, I will double check that. I'm so sorry. And I will tweet you about it. Who sent that?
That was...
Well, I will...
That was from a Tongue Punch Fart Box.
Oh, nice. Okay, dope.
How dare you? How dare you, man?
It's a name that won't slip the mind, my friend.
No, never.
Riley, any thoughts on all this sensory overload?
To touch on Black Panther.
Donated $20. Disney schlong hangs low, it wobbles to and fro, they can tie it in a knot, they can tie it in a bow, they can toss it over their shoulders like a continental soldier. Disney's schlong hangs low. Happy birthday, Winston. Brett killing it.
Thank you. What a wonderful day to try to stay on target and get clip outs, right, guys? I
can't follow that.
Keep them coming. I'm gonna try my best, Christian, but the Schmoebots are coming in, and we're gonna keep going. So, Riley, go ahead. Try to talk.
Yeah, try to talk with the image of a Disney schlong.
Wasn't that the Little Mermaid? Wasn't that with the whole thing?
I think it was the Little Mermaid at the end.
Sounds about right.
It was the priest, and it was on the box, like one of
the box art had a phallus.
Yeah,
I believe.
I think they Daryl Hannah treatment the Disney schlong, but go ahead.
Oh God, the furry. Boy, yeah. So let's just segue nicely into Black Panther, I guess. Winston, to what you were saying, it's really, for me, thinking about the stories that are out there to tell with T'Challa is the bummer aspect of this for me. And I don't know. It's okay to maybe not have a plan right now, and maybe that's what Kevin Feige and they're saying is like, we're not going to recast at this point, and they're hard at work on Black Panther 2. But you what we were saying, Winston, and I've seen it online, and I see a lot of people saying this, that I do see people wanting sooner or later get those stories, and to maybe get that. How to get that character back, though, is going to be the tough part. So I understand where they're coming from. It must be the toughest decision that they've ever made.
But the one thing you do have on your side, you're opening up the multiverse. You literally have, other than all this Spider-Man news we've been getting, you literally have a title of one of your films, The Multiverse of Madness. So
knowing
that, you are opening yourself up to an excuse to fix it is the wrong term. To find a way to get T'Challa back in the fold. You know what I mean?
Creatively find a way, I would say, and that's what this multiverse can do. So I hope they will, and I hope that we do get a story like knowing that the X-Men are coming in, and that storyline between Storm and T'Challa is a huge one in the comics that I think a lot of people would love to see and look forward to. So they'll probably figure it out. As far as everything else,
donated $20. Congrats, Brett, on the first episode of the Sheridan Entertainment Network Live.
Yes.
I hope you cover all the news of Star Wars, Marvel Video Gaming Awards, and new games. No pressure. Here's some money to buy you more Tums.
Thank you. The Tums are working overtime today, definitely. Especially since I keep getting told to stay on target and do the clip outs. Alrighty, folks. Alex, what else was going on in there? I forget. Seriously, there's so many that you mentioned that it's like I can't think of the other ones.
I am excited for Captain Marvel 2 with Nia DaCosta directing it. She is the director of Candyman that was supposed to come out earlier this year. And she will be I believe she'll be the first Black woman in the MCU to direct a movie.
Yep.
And also we got Fantastic Four officially happening in the MCU. So that's got me excited. Although I'm sad that Peyton Reed, he wanted to do the 2005 Fantastic Four, but wasn't able to, and so he got shafted again here. But at least it's getting made. I'm sure there's a lot of directors out there that aren't getting the chance as well. But it's interesting that John Watts is jumping over from Spider-Man into Fantastic Four.
Never count out Peyton, man. He's in the Marvel family. He could do Fantastic Four too.
There you go.
We don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was interesting too, though, that John Watts got the gig. I thought maybe we would have an announcement for Fantastic Four, not to take away from John Watts, but an announcement like a Coogler or a Favreau or like a different director where it kind of splashes and goes, whoa. This for me was like, I kind of already have the tone in my head now of what Fantastic Four is, and I trust Feige's decision on that.
Alan Smithy donated $20.
Thank you,
Holy schnikes, people. Did you hear the big news? Screw Marvel. Screw Star Wars. Pixar be damned. The big news is clear. We're getting a 3 Men and a Baby remake with Zac Efron. Did you hear what I said? More 3 Men and a Baby. Steve Guttenberg is stoked.
Listen, that's great news. We're going to do an entire episode of SEN about that, but right now we got to stick with the Marvel stuff.
No. Let's talk 3 Men and a Baby. And then 3 Men and a Little Lady.
Yeah.
Greatest movies.
Anyone else? Winston, what do you think? Sabrina,
I mean,
help me out here.
No, you're good. I mean, I'm not a big Fantastic Four fan. The only character out of those four in particular that I F's with is Human Torch. But I know that they're big for a lot of people. For me, that's a bigger announcement because that means we're getting Dr. Doom finally. Yeah. Like, he's one of the greatest villains of all time. So the fact that I feel like he just hasn't really been done correctly so far. I think giving us this opportunity to do that under Feige's guidance, this could be phenomenal. You know what I mean? So I'm very, very excited about that.
I think the most telling thing is
James Slavario donated $100.
Oh, thank you.
It's so hard to get you to host Sniper. Don't fuck it up. I'm sure you'll knock it out the park. Impression off, please.
Yes, we will hopefully get to an impression off today. Dwayne, please try to speak again because we got $100 when you did. So let's hear it.
So I was going to say, I think the most telling thing is, one, the director of Spider-Man and knowing that it's going to be heavy in the multiverse is now directing Fantastic Four. And also, if these are going to be released in the order that they were announced, Fantastic Four is coming right after Ant-Man, which I think tells us how we're going to get the origin of the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, probably because Kang is a descendant of Reed, so that of itself, which also technically, if he's a descendant of Reed, wouldn't that also make him a descendant of Sue? Like that's the only other thing that I'm thinking, unless he got a secret baby we don't know about, and then we have a whole other conversation we got to talk about. But
there's also hints to him being in Loki, but we haven't gotten to that yet. Yes.
That Loki trailer was
Is
so
that a
bad.
good Loki segue? What'd you think of the Loki trailer? You said I liked it. What Riley? What's up?
Oh, I think that was my favorite trailer of all of them. Yeah, I love the Loki. The music. Are you kidding me? That music that was playing, you just know. I mean, Owen Wilson. Are you kidding?
Yes, that's what.
I mean, where is he? I mean, I'll get excited.
You know what
Yeah,
blew my
I
mind?
watched that thing over and over again. It's great.
The DB Cooper reference blew my mind when I saw that. I was like, they found a way to explain DB Cooper.
I absolutely love that. I love that they took that little shot with it, and that we got to see it in the trailer. I think it's so cool because it
Call
really
me
just
by your
sets
chips
up.
donated $20. Can we get Elmo as the pirate from Captain Phillips? Look at me. I'm the captain now.
Here's the problem. I don't think we're going to be able to get to impressions today. I just got word from the man upstairs. That's what we call Christian, right?
He's
Sacrilege. No. But yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to get to the impressions, but maybe we write these down and we can get these on Monday. But sorry, I know we just have so much to talk about. And yeah, but keep the Schmoebots coming in. Let us know how you feel about all this news. What are you most excited about? What were you like, I'm not really feeling so hot about this? So Sabrina, go ahead, finish your thought on
Yeah, basically what I was saying, I'm just really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to a lot of their shows. So if we're on the topic of the shows right now, I love that WandaVision is kind of that first step that we're going to take, and we're going to see that one, and it's going to set up everything that we get later on. You know, just the tone of it, the feel of it, because it looks so good. So yeah, hopefully that works out. I mean, like we've said, we're getting so much. I just hope the quality stays on point. That's the biggest thing, but I have faith that it will, because obviously these aren't going to be like one season long with like 35 episodes. They're going to be telling a specific story. It's going to be hopefully tight and concise. So yeah, looking forward to WandaVision and Loki probably the most.
I think that's what was interesting, is that they kept saying we're concentrating on quality, not quantity, and then they just threw a ton of
37 things.
Here you are. I like the new WandaVision trailer. I think it gave a little bit more, because I think we kind of were under the impression that it was just going to be like a 50s thing, but you see that, you know, like they weren't showing many other jumps in time and things like that, and we got a little bit of 70s, 60s, kind of Brady Bunchy kind of thing in this, or maybe I missed that in the last couple ones, but I I don't know anything about this still. I'm still kind of excited about it because it just really doesn't. I don't know what's going on. And even even though a lot of people aren't too hyped up. Yeah.
So the first part of my Schmeebot got cut out, but I just wanted to say what a day it is that the guy who used to sit in the corner and not say a word actually gets to host the show. We survived 2020 for this. Thank you, Jake, James, and everyone who helped.
Appreciate it, and keep them coming in. I appreciate that very much. WandaVision, we were talking. Who's got think about it?
I mean, that's Hi, Brett. You're doing awesome. I'm still on information overload from all the Disney information. I don't even know what I'm most excited by. Princess and the Frog Show? Fantastic Four? The Loki trailer? WandaVision looks fire.
Turner and Hooch. I know we got a lot to get into. Winston, you had something to say about this?
I was just gonna say, of the initial slate of shows, so we're talking WandaVision, Loki, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and What If. I was most excited
Badfish
about
donated $20. Screw Marvel, Star Wars, and 3 Men and a Baby. Noah Hawley making an Alien series for FX. Hell yeah! Shout out to Jake L for sponsoring the Flouse.
I can't actually be upset because that means that we all keep working. But as I was trying to say, I'm most excited about WandaVision, and this just doubled down because this, for me, I'm a big thriller guy, and this is giving me all those vibes of like, what the fuck is going on? Like every trailer gives me answers to some things and gives me hints to things I know from comics or other shows or movies in the past.
Right.
But then makes me go, what the fuck is happening? And
this
so
last
that's
trailer.
Yeah. And so this kind of gives me those vibes of like almost a mix of like Knives Out and Jessica Jones, sort of. If you put the two of them together, like it kind of feels like this idea of her just trying to keep her sanity together and solve this fucking mystery that's going on, but also just like shit's just rolling, son. And like we're gonna get like the fact that they actually shot part of the show in front of a live studio audience to make it that like actual sitcom-y feel is amazing, and I think only furthers what this is going to be. But that's the one for me. But if you're talking about future shows, either Ironheart or She-Hulk. Personally, Miss Marvel, I do love Kamala Khan. I know that there's a lot of controversy about some of the casting choices and stuff, so there's a lot of things going on there. Not going to touch on that. I still think that when they figured out that it's going to be a great show. But Ironheart, Riri Williams is incredible. I cannot wait for that. And Tatiana Maslany out here lying. I know what you're talking about. I ain't no She-Hulk. I ain't never going to be no She-Hulk. And never in my life will I be the She-Hulk. And all of a sudden, Kevin Feige's like, oh, by the way, Tatiana is the She-Hulk. And I'm like, Pam, just don't lie to me. Just be like, I don't know. Just say, I don't know. That's fine.
Yeah, that works. That works. Anybody else stoked
Joey
about the She-Hulk?
$20.
Oh.
Feeling like Dark Helmet after going ludicrous speed. Smoke 'em if you got them. Great crew today.
I love that I'm still leaning in to hear the Schmoebot. It does not count when you have headphones. You turn up the headphones. That's what you do. Go ahead, Mark.
I will say, I think they're...
Oh, you said...
No.
Oh,
I mean,
I could...
Sabrina, go ahead.
I'll add to what Winston you were saying with Wanda Vision. That's probably up there too. But I was thinking it was all House of M stuff. And then this last trailer, I'm like, wait a minute. And that's all I'll say, because I don't want to start speculating and we get all off the course here. But yeah, I'm with you, man. That looked really, really interesting. And then the big one that I'm interested
Peaceful
in.
Dude 85 donated $20. Hello to my beautiful brothers and sisters. Thanks for all the good times. Also, I'll miss you, RB3.
Secret Invasion and Armor Wars, bro. Armor Wars is gonna be dope. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That's a good one too. Yeah. They're just, I mean, geez, man. Just kept going.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening with WandaVision, but I love everything about it. I haven't been looking into the trailers too much. I just want to go into the show completely
The Masked
blind and
Schmo
like,
donated
experience it.
$20. Screw this Marvel stuff. Chris Evans is voicing the original Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah. That's
I mean, the Marvel stuff is cool, but hell yeah to Lightyear.
Well, we'll get to that. We will get to that. Sabrina, carry on.
Yeah, and also Tim Roth in She-Hulk as Abomination. That's something
Right.
that I thought was really, really exciting. And I thought the same exact thing as you, Winston. I remember where we talked about how she was She-Hulk, and then a few weeks later, we're like, oh, I guess she's not She-Hulk. She's probably in negotiations. It's like, why make all this stuff public? Just chill for a second and then like announce it. We're like, she's She-Hulk. She's not. All right, yes, she is again.
Just play with my motherfucking emotions. And then after she said she's not, and I'm like, so we're back to an Allison Brie type. Is Allison Brie still available? Like shit. Like what is happening?
I think
And
the
Mark
most-
Ruffalo's back. I mean,
Yes,
this is amazing. This is...
That's gonna be
Wanda Vision look like garbage, Loki look like garbage, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier look like garbage, What If look like garbage. We only need to talk about 3 men and a baby also. Hi Sabrina, you look beautiful. Best SEN ever.
Oh wow! I was like,
yeah, is it time yet?
This has to be a joke because I was like, how dare you say all of this amazing content looks bad? Which I also, Jay put me on game. So apparently, I guess the storyline they're going with Falcon and Winter Soldier is that the government does not think that Falcon deserves the shield and takes it from him, and gives it to oh god, what's the name of the character? I can't remember. So like that's kind of the whole thing is like Falcon and Bucky are like, all right, we're gonna have to handle business on our own and like trying to figure out how they can eventually get it since the government's effing up and the two of them are the only ones that know what's really going on.
I like that.
John Walker, Winston.
Yes.
Is that White Russell?
Yes.
I think that Falcon and Winter Soldier had to be adjusted. Because if we remember,
U.S. agent, that's what it is.
If we remember, Black Widow was supposed to come out before Falcon and Winter Soldier,
right?
And then they had to halt production, and while they were able to shoot entire films, it took them that long to finish a couple weeks of shooting for Falcon and Winter Soldier. I think they had to make a big course correction to adjust for that. And also, I think we found out where Charlie Cox is going to show up. Kevin Feige was very emphatic on She-Hulk is a lawyer that deals with superpowers.
Yes. I agree.
I think we know exactly where Charlie Cox is showing up, and it's not in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh,
I agree, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
I like that. I like
yeah.
it.
Other shows that were announced were
There were more?
yeah, or at least given more information on. Hawkeye. They officially acknowledged Haley Steinfeld will be in the show.
God, never saw that coming.
There was no Moon Knight update, except that it is a series about a complex vigilante.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy will get a holiday special in 2022 with Gunn heading, and the cast might be coming back. I Am Groot will be a short-form series with Vin Diesel coming back as Baby Groot. Yes, Secret Invasion, you get Samuel L. Jackson and Ben Mendelsohn coming and reprising their roles. Armor Wars with Don Cheadle, and then Ironheart with Dominique Thorne as Riri Williams.
That's great.
So, just a little bit of a few things.
Yeah, there's so much stuff. I mean, I don't want to beat a dead horse. We have so much to cover, and that's just Marvel. Like, do we?
Yeah.
Like, it's up, Brett. You the host, man. You want to keep talking about?
I don't, is this where we clip it out? I don't know. It's got the Schmoebots take us on all these directions. I think, let's just say, is there anything within this that anybody thinks is a stinker and they're not excited? I mean, we all know what we're excited about, what we think is going to be great, but is there anything like that you thought was like, maybe I don't, like the Baby Groot thing to me doesn't sound like, I mean, yeah, maybe for the kids, but that doesn't sound like anything I'm really too interested in.
The only thing I'm nervous about is just having the time to be able to consume all of this. And because I'm interested in checking everything out, but then I really do think that with my schedule and everything, any normal person's schedule, I think they're going to have to pick and choose kind of what they can check out, because I still want to see releases that aren't Marvel and Star Wars as well. Like, I want to watch other series. I want to watch other films. So that's the only thing that makes me nervous with this release schedule, is just with all the content, how am I going to be able to watch all of it? So I'm probably going to have to pick and choose a little bit.
I think what they're going to do, and this is kind of the lesson they learned with Mandalorian, they understand that you can't go that long without having a flagship show in kind of in place. Because I want to say, like, they had Mandalorian come in, everybody was like riding high, and then they had pretty much nothing. I mean, you did get the final season of Clone Wars, which helped, but I feel like that, even though Clone Wars is expanding out now,
Curtis donated $20. Screw Twilight, screw Romeo and Juliet, screw Beauty and the Beast, screw Casablanca, and screw the first 10 minutes of Up. Kristin Rose grabbing Winston's titties is the best love story ever.
They talked about it.
I concur.
They just said you grabbing my titty is the greatest love story of all time.
Hey, at least it was on topic. So
That's
I
fair.
think I'm doing.
I think
Yes, Alex.
as far as the time management, I feel like these are like 6 episodes per show, and like they're all like WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier. It looks like they're going to be a month out from the last episode of WandaVision and the first episode of Falcon Winter Soldier. So it's like they're giving you enough time to like let that sit before they start a new thing. And it's like 3-4. We're doing 4 Disney Plus Marvel shows this year, and it looks like it'll be that way. Sorry, 5, 6. Oh my God,
Hey!
we're doing 6. At least they'll be spaced out relatively, but yes, I understand. Like we do need time for other
It's not even
things.
just
Wait,
Marvel.
you
Like
said
one big-
And
it's
there's
like
Star
one-
Wars, and then
That's
there's
just one
animated.
Wait,
Think about like Game of Thrones, right? How many episodes that was. Think about it like it's a Marvel series. In January, it's WandaVision. Then what's next? Falcon Winter Soldier, like in March. So it's like they're weaving together. So we get a year-long TV series set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I mean, it's just the networks. The networks.
Networks.
Just in the form of their own like streaming, whatever. You know what I mean? I mean, HBO's been doing this for years, where it's like Insecure's out for a couple months, then Silicon Valley's out for a couple months, then Game of Thrones
Hotel
out for a
Nerd
couple
donated
months.
$20. So happy F4 is home. Wish X-Men was announced. Happy Hayden is back as Vader. Is James Earl Jones doing voiceover? Brett doing great in the captain's chair. Anyone
Thank
else getting the vibe that Disney looked at HBO last week and said, hold my beer?
Pretty much.
Yes.
But Alex, you said there's 6 shows this year for Marvel?
Yeah, we got 6 that will premiere this year.
You know what's funny about that? We've got 6 matches this Saturday that y'all absolutely have to check out. If you didn't know, the Schmoedown Spectacular 5 is happening tomorrow, Saturday, 12 p.m. Pacific, with 6 matches, starting off with the Star Wars IG title. You thought you got enough Star Wars announcements. You didn't. The Demon, Alex Damon, is taking on my boy, Ace Andres Cabrera, in the Star Wars title match. You have to check that out. Followed up with Chris Jericho, La Champion, is taking on Brittany Young of Glow in a match that is going to be absolutely ridiculous. After that, we have the team's belt going down between the odd couple of the Rock Stars and the Shazam of the Mouthy Mercs. So you don't want to miss that. Can Shazam actually hold that title? Or are they going to drop it? Because every single title match, that belt has changed hands. So let's see if they can hold on to it. After that, you have none other than Brett Sheridan and, of course, the young Kevin Smith, the Good Enough Smith. That's going to be absolutely ridiculous. Who's going to remain undefeated on the season? You then also have my boy, the chosen one, Chandru Dandapani, out here just flossing with that belt all over Chance Ellison. Can the Cobra take it away from him? Can Corruption get a little gold? Who knows? But then they do have a second shot at that with Adam Collins, the Coyote, the Phenom that came to the singles tournament, is taking on Dan Murrell. You don't want to miss it. The GOAT versus the Coyote. What will happen? That is 6 insane matches that if you're not watching, you're out your damn mind. So again, if you're a $10 patron, you're already good to go. You know what it is. You'll get your link. You'll be good. If you don't, go to the schmoedownlive.com or upgrade today to that $10 Patreon tier. This is essentially the Super Bowl, the WrestleMania, the NBA Finals, whatever you want to call it, of the Schmoedown. So you do not want to miss it. And if this is your first time watching the Schmoedown match, I mean, God, you're going to be addicted. You're going to be watching everything else after that. So definitely check that out tomorrow, 12 p.m. Pacific. That's what's up. All right.
It's going to be a great day. Dwayne, do me a favor. Kill those Schmoebots for a little bit. We've got a lot of content we're going to have to be watching. The best thing to do while we're watching this, we're going to want to protect our identities, because earlier this year, more than 100 Twitter users got their accounts hacked into. Passwords, email addresses, phone numbers, and more, all taken from high-profile people like Joe Biden, Elon Musk, even Kanye West. Okay, so these attacks are getting more frequent and more severe, and it's not just Twitter. Facebook, eBay, Uber, Adobe, Yahoo, all of leaked data, such as passwords, credit card info, and driver's license belongings to millions and billions, actually, of users. Look, if someone like Joe Biden can get hacked, just imagine how easy it would be for you to get hacked as well. That's why you gotta use ExpressVPN to safeguard your personal data online. According to recent reports, hackers can make up to $1,000 for selling someone's personal information on the dark web, making people like you and me lucrative targets. ExpressVPN is an app that funnels your data through a secure encrypted tunnel, so no matter what device you use, you can have peace of mind every time you use the internet. Okay, the app connects with just one click. It's lightning fast, and the best part about ExpressVPN, it works on up to 5 devices simultaneously, so you and your whole family can stay protected. Okay, if a breach can happen to powerful individuals, it can easily happen to you. Protect yourself with ExpressVPN, the VPN rated #1 by CNET, Wired, and countless others. All right, this is what you need to do. Go to expressvpn.com/en /SEN right now and arm yourself with 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. That's expressvpn.com/SEN. One more time, Brett? Yeah, let's do it. Visit expressvpn.com/SEN to learn more. Protect yourselves, people! All right. Now let's get that Schmoebot bomb again. Keep them coming. That's all we're having today. We're clearly not going to be able to get into the Streamlabs and Super Chats. So if you want to get your voice heard, get in those Schmoebots. And now I think we're going to transition into one of the other 7,000 things they announced yesterday. And what is this genre, Alex?
Let's get into the Star Wars stuff.
Okay.
So the big announcement for the movies is that Patty Jenkins will be directing a Rogue Squadron movie for Disney, and it'll be released in Christmas 2023, and it'll be one of the Star Wars anthology movies. What do you guys think of that?
50 Shades donated $1, donated $20. Best announcement of yesterday was Brett hosting the show today. Brett is a god among men. Speaking of gods among men, hey Sabrina. Don't have enough Schmeebot money for all the topics, I'll just say I loved them all. Hey Dwain, nice to finally see you.
Well, that's nice.
I've been on the IG show before.
Well, you're killing it today. Thank you. You're keeping it alive. How you feeling so far? Basically, I'm asking, how am I doing? I know you're doing well, but how am I doing?
I think you're doing well, and
This is the way.
Thank you. Perfect. That's what I wanted. All right. Who wants to comment on this Star Wars business? I think Mr. Mark Yodi Riley knows a little something about the wars and the stars.
Yeah, no, I don't do anything.
No, you don't do that? All right.
Star Wars. No, okay, I'll be honest with you. When the announcement was made, I love all the streaming series and everything. But I'm the movie guy. I want the movies. And I was wondering where they were going to go and where they were going to lead. And when Taika Waititi I knew about, and I knew we were going to get that, but when they announced Rogue Squadron and Patty Jenkins, I jumped at Patty Jenkins, but my Star Wars love and heart went, oh, Rogue Squadron? Okay. I was just like, wow. I was kind of surprised and a little less excited. And then Patty Jenkins dropped that trailer. And I'm over the moon for this thing. I know the heart of this story now. I know that it's so damn personal to her. This might be one of the greatest Star Wars movies because of that. I'm serious. Her going into this thing with that kind of knowing what the roar of an F-16 feels like when she's watching her dad up in the sky, and then the tragedy to that. Talk about a story that's really going to speak to so many people. This is it's phenomenal.
Yeah, I thought that was a great. That she dropped it on Twitter too, right? The little and just the changing of the outfit and stuff. Very fun, and you could tell.
I had to walk away. I was crying. I was like, and a cry. It was a beautiful moment. It really was.
Sabrina, did you see this? Did you see the little tease on this one?
Yeah, first, I love all of the anthology films up until this point, basically. And this gets me really excited because I love what Patty Jenkins has done with Wonder Woman. And you can tell that she's just a very passionate filmmaker. So her behind this gets me excited. I'm not familiar with Rogue Squadron or anything like that. But I mean, Patty Jenkins behind it, I will definitely be checking it out. And also, it's a film. So you only lose a few hours. And it's probably going to be really great.
There you go. A film. Can you imagine it? I mean, I know Christian said he never wants to see a Star Wars film again. No, I don't think those were his exact words.
I think they were.
No, that was pretty on point.
I think he'd prefer it, and I do enjoy the series myself as well. But a different film like this, that's something I can get excited about. Winston, how you feel about it?
I mean, I've said this a million times in that, like, I disagree with the idea that you don't want films. When you have someone like Patty Jenkins this passionate about it, I think you just need to make sure you have the right people behind the helm, and then just make sure that you're telling, as movies are meant to be, the very concise story. You don't need
Boba
to
Fett
flush
New
everything
Missiles
out.
donated $20.
Thank you.
Sup crew. Can we get Anaconda Brett auditioning for Star Wars with Riley as George Lucas?
I am sorry, we can't do impressions. We will do those again at some time.
Hell yeah.
Just too much to go through. I'm sorry. Winston, you were saying.
No worries. I just think if you have a concise story and the right people behind the helm, there's plenty that you can do in a film. There's nothing that beats the experience. I mean, I know we're concerned about theaters right now.
Yeah.
But there's nothing that beats the experience of being in an IMAX theater and hearing the roar of the Millennium Falcon, or a giant space fight, or seeing a lightsaber battle,
and the crowd cheering.
Exactly. So
that's the thing.
So I love the idea of shows, but not all of us have 80-inch TVs and a surround sound they've set up in their living room. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get that same experience. I love Mandalorian, but I got a basic 1080p TV that I won from my old job. You know what I'm saying? I'm not balling out here. So I appreciate that. And I think that Patty, as we have seen with her filmmaking before, she's going to destroy this. It's going to be amazing. So I cannot wait for this. Yeah.
Dwayne and Little Bird told me you know a little bit about the Star Wars as well. I think you're wearing a Christmas sweater. Yes. What is that? Is that Darth Vader on it? I know that character. What do you think about
that? I'm super excited about this. I already have an idea of what the movie is going to be like. I'm pretty sure we're going to get Top Gun in space. I think we're going to get Wedge in a Viper-esque role as the old grizzled vet training the new Rogue Squadron. Don't quote me on that. I just think that that's what it's going to be, and I would love to see that. So, and we know that there's something that makes Wedge not want to fly anymore, and maybe it's what happens in this movie.
Ah, okay. Now, Alex, I know you were disappointed that Baba Freak, is it, didn't get announced.
Yeah, didn't get his own spin-off movie. Or
This Day in the Sun will come.
So, yeah. I mean, do any of these other ones excite you, or was that just too devastating?
Yeah, that was a little sad. I'm boycotting Star Wars until they give me a Babu Freak-centered series. But yeah, if you want to move on to all the other things that they announced, they gave us a first look at Cassian Andor's series, which is just titled Andor. And it will be 12 episodes, interestingly. And of course, Hayden Christensen will return as Darth Vader in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. So does anybody want to speak on that? I know that's a pretty big one.
That's a big one. Riley, hit it. I saw you. Your hands threw up. You're ready to talk about this.
It's really not that big of a news thing, so I'll just pass on it. No, are you kidding me? I said it last night. I kind of did a news recap. I think that this is so great for Hayden Christensen, just as a person. The guy, I thought I love my Anakin Skywalker as well, so him coming back, it's just there's some poetry to it. And knowing that Kathleen Kennedy was talking about this as a big rematch, and that leaning into the announcement that Darth Vader is going to be a part of this just paints the picture even more for what I wanted. Filling in all the blanks. When I left you, I was but the learner, now I'm the master, a presence I've not felt since, and this is what Vader's saying in New Hope. Filling in those blanks. And Christian and I believe, he texted me that I think Obi-Wan will get, and he believes too, will get off planet. He's going to be going on some adventures.
And this makes, I think, at first I was kind of like the Obi-Wan. I was like, well, what is going to, he's
Attack
watching.
Attack of the Clones Obi-Wan. He's a detective. So maybe there's something in there that we haven't thought about, but I don't know. He's going off-world, I think.
Who's excited about this? Sabrina, you got a smile on your face. Did you have a Hayden Christensen poster hanging up? Were you?
My gosh, yes. Oh my God, when Revenge of the Sith came out, I actually brought the DVD into show and tell at school, and I was like, this is my boyfriend.
So how did he know that? Kennedy said rematch of the century, there gotta be a fight between the two now, my body and mind is ready for this clash. Hypertrain.
I missed a little bit of that.
The first part was, for people they say they can't meet, Kenobi did say he's more machine than man now in episode 4. So how did he know that?
How did he know that? Exactly.
I think their confrontation, he's taken off that helmet. We're finally going to see Darth Vader with a face. And I think he's going to look him in the eyes and say, look what you did to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why and then the counter.
Dwayne, do you have like a secret in at Disney? Because if we keep seeing everything you're saying actually come true on screen, I'm going to be a little sus.
No, I feel like if that happens,
love Star Wars.
I feel like if that happens, Dwayne is getting kidnapped because Disney don't play that shit. They don't play that shit.
I also think that this opens the door. We also know that we're getting a live action Ahsoka series. I think this opens the door to flashbacks in that.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm thinking the same thing. It could connect to Ahsoka somehow. I know there's we want to see it, right? Luke Skywalker talking to Ahsoka, like having that moment where it's like your father, or no, he came back. There's that great comic, somebody made it. It's like Ahsoka. Somebody sent it to me on Twitter.
I want to see the lightsaber battle from Rebels on Malachor. I want to see that in live action in a flashback.
Oh, you stole mine.
Nice.
Winston, what are you most excited about with all this Star Wars news?
Congrats to Rosario and the Ahsoka show. I mean, we knew that was coming, but it's once you get the announcement, that's a big deal. For me, Lando, son. Like, are you kidding me? Did they announce Donald was back as well?
No announcement on which
Conveniently
one.
left him off.
I think he may not, like, I know he has a good relationship with Disney, considering Spider-Man
Lion King.
Homecoming, speaking of Lion King, but he's probably the busiest person in Hollywood at this point when you consider he's still putting out music. He's still, you know, the EP co-showrunner of Atlanta / starring in it.
Yep.
Let alone any other movies he's doing. He had a kid within the last like 18 months to 2 years, something like that. So like, dude is bouncing off the walls. I can't imagine that he has time to shoot said show. So there may be a recasting here, which would bum me out. But just Lando as a character is fucking phenomenal. This morning, Good Morning America announced Donald Glover is coming back for Lando.
I don't think so, because I was going to say, I know a swaggy blurred that would fill a very smarmy, suave Lando. I think you were vying for that audition when you were like, oh, no, Donna? Oh, okay, well, let's call my agent.
What have we here?
Yeah, hello. So he has been announced. That happened this morning.
I'm not seeing it officially on the internet, but
we all know GMA is fake news, so we can't really really go with that.
They might have also just been flying off the cuff. The one thing that we did have that I think is going to make this phenomenal, the fact that Justin Simeon is helming that show, that is going to be amazing. For those that don't know, he's the creator of Dear White People, one of the smartest, funniest shows on television. Wasn't the biggest fan of the final season or the last one that aired, but those first two are incredible. He does such a good job with nuance and talking about real things and covering everybody's personality and point of view. So obviously it's a Lando-based series, but I know that he knows how to handle something that like on a grand scope. So I think it's going to be great.
Do you guys want to hear another theory that'll get me kidnapped by Lucasfilm?
Oh my gosh.
the stream is still going.
So I think this series is going to be Lando on a journey with Janna, recounting his life while they search for her family.
I think that's a good
and
call.
the Donald Glover is going to be in the flashbacks. So like every episode
Billy
will
D
open,
coming back, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
every episode
be
will
like-
open
yeah.
with Billy D. This happened, many years ago, and then flashback to Donald Glover
Yeah,
as
man.
they
I agree.
journey through the galaxy together.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
I feel
think
like
that's great.
they have to have Donald Glover back for those parts because he was probably the best part about Solo. And I feel like that would be a huge miss if they didn't get him back. So hopefully that news is official and that's what we see. That would be awesome, Dwayne. I'm still sus now.
I know for real. We're not going to see, like, I'm going to have a new engineer on Monday at the rate you're going, but I don't see anything directly from Disney. I don't think I trust Good Morning America. I think they jumped the shark, or not the shark. They jumped the gun.
Good Morning
on that
America's
one.
owned by Disney, so
Yeah, they
I
are
would
owned by
say it's
Disney, so-
legit. They do all the
Ooh.
big Star Wars announcements and all
But
the trailers.
I get it, but I'm just still the fact that nobody has also owned up to that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the only thing that makes me a little sus about that. Disney didn't hold back on showing their hand yesterday, so there's no
Right.
reason not to say. And Billy D and Donald will be back. You know what I'm saying? So like, it makes me think that it's one of those things that they hope that he'll be back. But I genuinely think that Donald is so busy, we may get disappointed, and they may, unless it's me. If it's me, then we're not disappointed. We're chilling. We're excited. But if what you want is Donald Glover, I honestly don't know yet. I don't know why they wouldn't have just announced that.
I'd love to see some Billy D though. I'd love to see this
man.
older and younger. That's something that I would be excited about. Please drop that, GMA.
And
Yeah.
sometimes when we have one character played by two different actors, kind of like in flashbacks and going forward, sometimes it's kind of jarring because like the actor cannot pick up like the specific mannerisms, but Donald Glover was able to for Lando so well. It would just blend beautifully because just everything, the cadence, the mannerisms, he nailed that 100%.
Great, agreed. Alex, what else we got here? Was there anything we're missing?
Yeah, so we also got an announcement of The Acolyte, which will take place in the High Republic era. We also got Rangers of the New Republic, which will be set during the timeline of The Mandalorian. Animated shows, we'll get The Bad Batch, which is a spin-off of the Clone Wars, and we got a first look at that. We also got an announcement of a series of short films called Visions, which will be anime creators offering a fresh and diverse cultural perspective to the universe.
Hell yeah.
And then finally, A Droid Story, which is a special that will drop on Disney+. R2-D2 and C-3PO and a new hero droid will be in it.
Aww. Yo, they just announced Mandalorian season 3 is dropping Christmas Day 2021.
Yeah, they announced that yesterday during the
they did?
the event. Yep.
Yeah. It was his birthday. We'll let it slide.
That's true. It was.
True.
I was drunk. I was very drunk.
That's a fair point.
Riley, what do you think? What's you most excited about of all of these?
Out of that group, Acolyte is my number one. Putting in High Republic, live action, we're going way back, at least 200 years. And then I believe they're talking about it as a mystery kind of thriller, and there's there could be some dark side elements, which leads me to believe that we could start to see the rise of the return of the Sith in this series that will set up a Rule of Two and maybe a Darth Bane character. That's kind of where I'm going with this. This is probably my number. The more I talk about it and the possibilities, the more it becomes my number one. What I want to see out of Star Wars. It's exciting for me.
It definitely was an exciting one. Sabrina, favorites out of these?
Yeah, a lot of it stands out to me, but the thing I'm kind of, most excited for is that spacing again with this as well. Like, I hope with all of these different things, because there's a few stuff that I'm not familiar with, so I just hope that there's enough refreshing content and it doesn't feel stale for me. That's just one of the things. I love all the Star Wars. I love all the Marvel. Give me everything. But I don't want to feel like I'm seeing the same thing, because obviously we have The Mandalorian, we have Boba Fett. I think Ahsoka Tano is an awesome story, and I'm so happy that they're adding that one in. And then Acolyte that Riley just talked about, I am not familiar with that at all. Sounds great. Sounds cool. So yeah.
Perfect. Winston, before you tell me what you like, please explain to me how many republics there are.
The New Old Republic, the High Republic, the New Republic,
Galactic.
The Galactic.
Wow, that's a lot of republics. That's
banana.
Essentially, think of it this way: have you ever failed at something, Brett?
Yes, every day.
Well, imagine if you continuously failed at a government, and instead of being like, "Why don't we try something new?" they go, "Nah, son, it was fine. Do it again."
Yeah,
that's essentially what that is.
Should we take Republic out of it? Maybe to kind of keep it in.
Nah, son, Republic, son, nah. All of these people keep going on and on about Bad Batch, so I can't wait to see what that's all about. The droid special, oh boy. I think that's going to be our I Am Groot of Star Wars. Honestly, I think that's really for the kids.
Yeah,
hells yeah. And me, I'm watching the hell out of that.
The kids and Sabrina.
Droids.
Yeah, and Sabrina. Hey, girl, you a giant kid. You a legal kid.
100%. I'm chilling. Soon, give me a few years, then I'm gonna have to be borrow your foot massager, borrow that chair. Right now, I'm chilling. I'm in the spring of my life.
Dwayne, what does the dark web have to say about this droid thing? You got the inside scoop on it.
I'm gonna keep my theories on these to myself because I want to, stay alive. But I will say that I think one of the most interesting things in this group of topics is we saw Fennec Shan from The Mandalorian in the Bad Batch trailer. So we've got now, not going in reverse, we now have live action characters showing up in animation.
I like that. I
think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the Bad Batch, I'm getting more kind of into wanting to check out the animated stuff now. The more I watch The Mandalorian, the more I'm kind of with the Ahsoka Tano thing. I want to go back, and I definitely want to do Clone Wars now, and I do want to see Rebels. I didn't really have an interest in it now. I don't know what I was, and it wasn't because I thought it was for children or anything. I just thought, I don't know, this isn't really, but I'm excited about these new animated shows. And the old ones as well. What do we got, Alex? Help me out here.
Sorry, and the anime, the Visions series.
Yes.
The anime focused one sounds freaking cool because I mean, Star
amazing.
Wars is samurai inspired, and so just to see like an anime inspired series will be incredible to watch. So I'm excited for that one.
They're coming for Dwain. All right, we might need to wrap up here soon. No. Anything else we want to touch on? Anybody's Star Wars stuff until we move on to the what's next? Pixar.
We're kind of running out of time, so let me just hit some of the other, the big stuff. So a thing I want to talk about is that Disney Plus will be increasing their subscription price by $1. Do you guys think that'll affect subscriptions? Is it a good move? What do you think of that?
I mean, it's still one of the cheapest ones around. Am I right? I mean, it's like, $1. I'm sure they're going to gradually start Netflixing it on us and just sneaking in $1 here and there. It'll be up with the other ones soon enough. But yeah, $1 right now, I don't think it's going to make many people drop out or not want to get it. I think with all this news, definitely for the price point, people will jump in.
They did a good job of explaining it. Again, I don't think a lot of people got excited about the numbers, but I stayed to watch it because I figured it would be just as important. So not only the subscriber base, they were talking about this is the amount of money we put into our content before. This is essentially what we plan on doing going forward, hence the reason for us needing to increase this by $1 here, €2 in Europe, etc. But it's worth it. Again, you're still capped out at $7.99 in Europe. You know what I'm saying? So like, and don't forget, we didn't even get to that part yet. You have Star and all this other stuff that they're adding. So now you have all this adult, mature content you're going to have access to. Like, you're getting so much for it. We can spare $1. Also, we've seen that they love to bundle years. They'd be like, we'll give you 2 years of it for like $150.
Yeah.
Okay. You might just want to just go ahead and cop that shit.
I tell you what. Hey, and just folks, remember, send those Schmoebots in. We're gonna need to bail Dwain out of jail, or he may be locked up in federal prison. I don't know. It might be
Disney
big.
jail?
So
Yeah.
keep them coming in. Let us know what you're excited about, what you're not too excited about. I know that we have a huge fan of Two Men and a Baby, and personally, Turner and Hooch. That's my jam.
Yeah.
So let's move on, Alex.
All right, next thing is that Raya and the Last Dragon? Is that right? Raya and the Last Dragon will be...
Raya and the Last Dragon.
It will be released on Disney Plus, and it will come with a premiere access of $30 to pay. So they'll be following the Mulan model. So what do you guys think of that move?
It's also it is also day and date, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's day and date, so it's dropping theaters and at home. Yeah, I can't remember though if it's going to be for like, again, 30 days and then off, or is that just Warner Brothers?
That's just Warner
I think
Brothers.
that was Warner Brothers.
Yep.
For Mulan, it was you had to pay $30 and then you had it all the way until it's
That's right.
Until it's now, or it's officially on Disney Plus for everybody.
Right. Okay.
Wait.
This was something.
Which movie is doing this?
Raya and the Last Dragon.
Okay.
Yeah, this was a film that I was looking forward to, but I just can't get behind that like $30 paywall because it's the $30 same as Mulan.
Yeah.
I just don't really. I guess for like an animated film, like families will be able to check that out. That's a good one to put on for your kids. But I'm not going to personally just pay $30 to check out this film myself.
Yeah, it's kind of like what Winston was saying about the Republics. Like, if something didn't work the first time, let's not do it again. I mean, at that $30 price point, it's there's something about. I think Winston, we were talking about like there's something about a $20 bill.
Because yes,
It's like it's you can go it's a 20, but something about 30 that just takes it in this weird level. Does anybody else think this is a bad plan?
I don't blame them for trying to do this again. I think some of the mixed reviews that they were getting from this, I know people were complaining about the price point, and I still think a $20 bill is more like it's a 20. Here's a 20 and whatever, even though it's digital. I think their idea, and it's what Sabrina just went back at, this movie, I understand we like to watch these films. They're not about us. They're about families. And so it's literally, most parents are like, you mean just me, the wife, and the kids. I can pay you $30 and I don't gotta go buy concessions and all that. Yes, fine. Take my money.
Yep.
That's what Trolls was. That's what they were trying to do with Mulan, though Mulan seemed a little bit more mature of a film to do that with, but it still was supposed to be aimed at families. I think that's what this is. So I get it because we want to see this. But at the same time, we have to remember who the target audience is. I think that's why you keep pushing forward with it. That's a business decision. That's not, so.
Yeah,
Even though
target
the
audience
film's
Asians.
I want to bring up real quick on the business side. Everyone's saying that this didn't work. They had 86.8 million subscribers. If you are conservative and estimate 30% of that number bought Mulan, that is almost $1 billion. A third of their subscribers.
I think
it
we
worked.
covered like
It
the
worked.
numbers, and I don't know if it was that successful.
What, even if it's 10%,
Yeah.
that's still like $500,000 that they didn't have to split with theaters.
That's a good point.
Yeah. And also, one more thing is that even though the target audience is children, like you do want a wide audience to be able to see it. So hopefully it's just one of those situations where, like good buzz around it, word of mouth makes people want to spend that $30. Because if I hear that it's incredible, I'll do it. I just, hesitant.
And I think that was the big in terms of success. We were numbers wise, we weren't sure about, but also no one was ranting and raving about how much they love Mulan. So I think that's where, like you're saying, Sabrina, it's like we don't want to get it burned. Like, okay, maybe this is worth $30. Maybe this is, but we ran it and it's like, oh, oops. Riley, what do you think about all this?
I mean, it makes a lot of sense for this movie in particular. I like that Disney is doing this, and they're picking and choosing which movies to do. And I mean, we were thinking Wonder Woman comes out, and we're like, oh, Black Widow's coming next, and they're like, nope, Raya. Like, and that again, we're having families. To your point, Winston, that's what we want to. I think family members are like, we don't have to. Kids are home and stuck here, and they're bouncing off the walls. Now I have a new Disney animated movie that I can put up, and they can get some peace for 2 hours. This is a direct quote from my sister. So I can understand that side of it, like especially March. We're still going to be dealing with the pandemic. We're still dealing with this. So as long as Disney's doing this and like picking and choosing which movies, I think that this model can really work because then they're making me forget about no Marvel movies in cinemas because I have 87 new series coming that are going to then tie to the movies when they do finally return to theaters.
But go ahead, Wes.
I was just going to say that I don't understand how the model doesn't just become raise the price. You can set like a theatrical version of Disney Plus where you pay more money, but it essentially sets up almost like AMC A-list. So the idea is once theaters are back open again, or you can kind of use this in your streaming. Sure, you're paying more for your subscription, but it gives you like, say, if you're paying for maybe $25 a month, you get 2 tickets to any of the movies that Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, whatever that come out for every single one of those movies. Depending on what your subscription thing is, and you can watch the stuff at home too. You know what I'm saying? So if you give me some sort of combo where I'm allowed to go see the movies for that price and I get to watch shit at home, I would pay that premium because like I've already dropped A-list. So now you're telling me that I can just watch all your films when the theaters come back too. I would do that, but
It's what you said, though, Riley, about picking and choosing. I think that's what's strange about this is that they're going to give us all of this stuff, but they're picking, like, they're going to go, well, but this one's going to be 30, like, I just don't, it's tough because I think definitely with what they've announced, they're going to get subscribers. They're going to get people that are going to stick around. I don't think it's at a point now where we used to talk about Disney Plus where it was like, well, there's the old stuff and they've got the Mandalorian and there's not much, people are going to get it for during the Mandalorian and drop off. I don't think people are dropping off now. I think they're going to get those subscriptions and they're going to continue on. So that's why I thought it was kind of a strange move, but I'm not a businessman.
Well, it's interesting the differences. I mean, in the in what they're doing. I mean, Disney is only offering Raya right now, and they only offered Mulan. HBO Max is offering everything for at least that 30-day window, and you don't have to pay for it. And then it goes to, and you have that choice. It's just an interesting model that I think Disney appears to be winning, because they seem to be holding on to the theatrical experience, at least delaying it a little bit, and telling us, look at the content you're getting that isn't just dumping our movies on there. So it's an interesting move that I think is working. I don't know what other movies are going to choose to launch out there. And but from my opinion, the way it looks, I don't think they're going to drop any Marvel or Star Wars movies on Disney Plus day in or early or day in and day out.
Yeah. All right, send in those Schmoebots. Are you going to pay $30? Do you think there needs to be more Republics? Tell us everything.
5 more Republics.
If we need 5 more Republics, let us know.
Yeah.
Tell me how great I'm doing. I have a very low self-esteem. Come on, people. All right, Alex, what do we have now?
Hey, Brett,
All
real
right.
quick. You're doing great.
Thank you.
You are, man.
Yeah, next story is Brett is killing it today.
Yes.
Yes, that's true.
All right, and then so we also got some Pixar news. The big thing to come out of Pixar is that they are making a movie called Lightyear, which will be a definitive origin story of the hero that inspired the toy. And Chris Evans will voice the hero on his journey to become the most famous space ranger ever. You guys excited for this movie?
Hell to the motherfucking yeah.
Yeah.
And also, people are asking why Chris Evans and not Tim Allen. If this is a movie that is supposed to inspire the toy, and that would also mean that it's a young Buzz Lightyear, then that makes complete
sense.
Yeah.
And I can picture Chris Evans doing this to a T. I don't know. It's just his comedy lately has been in Knives Out. He's just on fire. So I just see him just moving into this role very easily.
Yeah, I'm excited, but I don't know if my kids will be at this point. I think their Lightyear days are, or maybe my daughter, but it would sadden me that my son isn't. But it's interesting. Until you said that, Alex, I saw Buzz Lightyear and I was like, origin story, and I was like, wait, he's a toy. So I didn't know that this was going to be about the person that inspired the toy. So now that I hear that, it seems more interesting to me. Sabrina, could you care less about this? Does this sound interesting to you at all?
No, it definitely sounds interesting. And obviously it's a film, and are they dropping it straight on Disney Plus, or is this going to be a theatrical release that they're planning? Because a lot of the news was kind of confusing to me, where they did say a bunch of stuff was going straight to Disney Plus and not theaters too. So I was wondering if this was one of those, because if this just drops on Disney Plus without a paywall, I will 100% check it out. I'll probably even still check it out in theaters, but
It's theaters, yeah.
Oh, it's theaters?
2022.
Yeah.
Theaters?
Yep.
Theaters
Yeah.
2022.
I echo everything
2022,
Riley said, where I love what Chris Evans is doing. I love his comedic timing. I think he will 100% bring the charisma, bring the charm to this role. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm into it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. Let's do the band. Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah, we can do it.
Totally into it. What there's more Pixar. Alex.
$5.
Yeah. What do we got?
Brett,
You're
you're
like the
telling us.
seagulls and
Me personally, I like
Finding Nemo.
HBO Max plan. Give people options at least for the first year. To make everything theatrical the first year, I feel, is a mistake. Again, Brett, you're killing in. Can't wait for Kate and Brett's playdate.
Thank you. Oh, I talked over the hashtag.
Oh, there was no hashtag.
Oh,
I forgot to put
maybe
hashtag.
just said
Oh my
hash.
God. All right. I'm gonna continue jumping around a little bit because we got original movies coming just to Disney Plus, including Hocus Pocus 2, Three Men and a Baby, and Cheaper by the Dozen, and also Sister Act. Moving on to Disney Plus will be Pinocchio and Peter Pan and Wendy and Disenchanted, which is a sequel to Enchanted, with Amy Adams returning. So we do have a lot of Disney Plus exclusive movies coming. What do you guys think of all these, a bevy of movies coming to Disney Plus?
Alex, did they say is Disenchanted going straight to Disney Plus, or
Yes.
is that
Yes.
that is going straight
Yep.
to Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So there's like 8 films I think that are going to be branded as Disney Plus original content. So I think that's going to be
this is one of them.
That's going to be their new Disney Channel original movie. Is going to be.
Boy, look at that. That's smart. I as Josh McCouga said on Twitter, and I backed him up with this. I want to see this movie, Disenchanted. I love Enchanted.
Yeah.
I love that movie, so I'm so excited that Amy Adams is back, and the title tells it all. I want a little bit of a cynical princess now in this world, and who she's like, what the is going on? I mean, I wonder if Enchanted. She must have a Twitter account or something, and she's probably upset now. So we'll see where they're going to go with this.
Winston, I know you're super stoked about Hocus Pocus 2, but what else on this list is
I mean, did we get to the Princess and the Frog series yet?
I don't think
No, not yet.
Yeah, I was
That's
gonna
Disney
guess that soon,
animation.
too.
Yeah, those are all series, right? And so these were all films that you mentioned, Alex. And so the series, we'll get to those eventually.
The films, like other than Lightyear, I'm kind of chill on. Like I don't hate anything. I don't love anything. It was the series that did it for me. So when Alex announces that, I'll go on and on.
You're gonna go crazy. Yeah. All right, people, keep those Schmoebots coming in. Not because I was told to say this. Keep them coming. And Sabrina.
Yeah, I'm excited for Luca as well. That was something that was announced that we talked about a little bit a few months ago, and they haven't really said much else, but that's going to be hitting theaters 2021. And just from the premise and everything that we've seen, I think that's going to be really, really sweet and just wholesome. So that's exactly what I need right now, especially since we're getting Soul not in theaters. I feel like something like this could be another fun animated one to check out in theaters pretty soon.
Perfect. Well, Alex, maybe we should dive into it. Sounds like the series are a little bit more exciting to everyone, unless anybody else has a film they want to talk about. But we could dive into what they are releasing in the series form.
Yeah, Winston, do you want to talk about Princess and the Frog real quick before I?
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait for that, because I think my biggest complaint with Princess and the Frog was we were like, we're getting a black Disney princess. Oh shit! And then
see that guy over there donated $20. Hello SEN crew. These aren't official numbers, but it was reported that almost 9 million subscribers bought Mulan. It made roughly $261 million on Disney Plus and $70 million in theaters. Movie cost $200 million not counting marketing. Probably flopped.
Fair.
That could be some word of mouth in there, because if they're not buying it, it's right there. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But the fact that we're doing this, I'm assuming that Disney heard that criticism and they're not going to just make her a frog again. They will allow her to breathe as a person. I'm very curious how her restaurant turned out, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that show sounded super dope. There was another one that I saw. I think there's a Moana show coming.
Yep.
I can't wait for that. That looks amazing.
Pretty excited in this household over Moana.
And the Princess and the Frog one is called Tiana, so it's not like, it is, I would assume, highlighting Tiana and not her as a frog.
Exactly. I'm
Also,
trying
I
to think of what are the other shows?
Yeah, we also got this is from the Walt Disney Animated Studios, not Pixar. We got Baymax, Zootopia Plus, and Iwaju, which Dwayne was talking about earlier as well.
Yes. I'm super excited about Iwaju. It sucks that we don't get it for like another 3 years or something like that. But just that one piece of art sold me. And I'm really intrigued by Moana because they made a note to highlight that it's going to be musical. And it's the first musical show that they're doing. So that's going to be interesting.
One more film that I totally forgot to talk about that I'm so excited. The Chippendale Rescue Rangers that Akiva Schaffer of The Lonely Island is like doing. I'm so freaking excited. And John Mulaney and Andy Samberg as the two characters. If anybody knows me at all, they know John Mulaney is just the key to my heart. Anything that man says, I love him so much.
So you're a Big Mouth fan then?
Okay, that's the only thing that I won't watch. But I was all his stand-up stuff. Yeah, I don't know why. First of all, I'm awful with TV shows. Everybody knows that. I've said this 1,000 times. It's so hard for me to get into stuff and like keep up with it. But everything John Mulaney does on his own, his sitcom that he did that was like not great and super cheesy, still loved it. All of his stand-up, everything like that. Whenever he's on SNL, he absolutely kills it. And so I'm just excited because I love Andy Samberg. I love The Lonely Island. And then so having John Mulaney kind of in one of those roles, because with Spider-Ham, he did so good in the voice acting role. So I'm excited for him to do that again.
Patricia
so
Letts
few
donated
lines, but
$20. I'm so excited for all this. I can't pick one.
You have to pick one.
No,
I'm sorry.
Pick one or die.
Yes. This is called Pick One, and you need to get you pick one and you get rid of 100 of them.
Sorry I haven't been around much this week. Work has been super busy. I missed most of today's episode live. I am trying to make sure I am available for Brett and Kate's playdate this afternoon though. Love you all. Hope you have an awesome Friday.
Thank you. That
was from Optimike Primus. Thank you very much.
Optimike Primus, thank you. Yes, Moana, I'm very excited about. I loved when my daughter would make a little blue blanket on the ground and a piece of cardboard and be on a raft and stand up on the couch. So I think that that's something we could still get into. Zootopia, I don't know about the Zootopia one. I like Zootopia, but a series I'm not too stoked about. But Baymax, yeah. Hell yeah, give me some Baymax. That's the one I'm excited about.
Baymax will be fun. Big Hero 6 is a great movie. I love that film.
Yeah.
So love to see where Baymax goes. As one of my favorite memes still is him just like kind of petting him on the head from behind and shit. I love that meme.
All right, what else we got, Alex?
On the Pixar side of TV shows, we got Inside Pixar, Pixar Popcorn, Doug Days, which is an Up spin-off, and a Cars show. So what are you guys hoping for with that? What are you guys looking forward to?
I'm
Inside
hoping to
Pixar.
go back in time and let the Cars show go because Cars was great. The first 1.5 movies and
I'm not into the Cars universe in Pixar.
But the Baymax show, that sounds amazing.
The Doug show, the dog from Up, the talking dog from Up. I mean, come on. I'm watching that. Watching all of that. I want to write for that. Pixar, come on.
Yeah, I agree about the Cars. I don't know why they're holding on to that one. That would definitely
Kids
that
like
one.
Cars.
They do, but I don't think I don't even think my kids like the second or was how many do they? 3?
3, yeah.
3, yeah. I don't think they like the other two. I don't think it was that first one was so good. They just didn't keep it going with the Cars.
Parents could definitely put that one on and just sit their kids in front of the TV, and I think they'll be interested enough to keep watching it. I don't know if I'm going to necessarily check that out. I think I would rather just watch the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers 5 times in a row and just pretend it's a series and just listen to John Mulaney's sweet, sweet voice.
Aw. What about Turning Red?
Turning Red, that's another Pixar movie that'll come out in 2022.
About a
for theaters.
I'm excited because of the director, but I don't know how I feel about the character.
It's a little strange.
Yeah.
Which one's this?
It's
the girl who turns into a giant red panda when she's in awkward situations as she's going through puberty.
I didn't see that one.
It's from the director of Bale, which was amazing.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm gonna give it that much, but I'm still a little hesitant because of the character.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Bale was the best short film they had done since Hair Love. Like Hair Love took that crown after that, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta give it some props, man. I feel like it's gonna be fire.
Yeah,
Also
it's
deal with
mainly
it
like
in
the
an
color.
interesting way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like if it's like meditating, like if I don't know anything about this right now. I'm hearing it for the first time from you guys, but I mean, if before she gets into awkward situations, if it like normalizes that like teenage young awkwardness.
Bernard _ donated $20. Not sure if I missed it, but how are we not talking about how all these Marvel lineups are likely to lead up into the epic House of M timeline? I can't wait for Scarlet Witch to go ham on everyone. Also, hi.
Hello. Also what?
Also what?
Leave us hanging.
Oh God.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Well, and I think that's what in the. I guess
so
we could jump back to that because I think we're kind of petering out with some of this. But I think with the new WandaVision, right? Is that what they were talking about with the House of M? That's was something that kind of was interesting to me. And I think in this new trailer, you kind of saw that it wasn't all quirky. There's that point where like, who are you? Who am I? You know, there was that where you're like, oh, this is gonna get freaky too. So yeah, I agree. I think that's exciting. Where do we go?
Yeah, Riley, I
from
know.
here?
I gotta jump, guys. So I'm sorry.
Riley's
Brett.
gotta bounce.
I gotta bounce right at 12. So good hanging with Brett. Brett, come on.
We did it.
I'm gonna
We
clap
did it,
for
guys.
I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
clap
Thank
for
you.
you, and
Thank
I
you.
love all of you. I love hanging out with all of you. Good to see you. I'm just bouncing, so I'll see you guys soon.
See
Later,
it.
player.
Riley. I guess the last thing that the last big thing is the Hulu and FX stuff. So Hulu will stay separate. They aren't going to be combining with Disney Plus as was rumored.
Which is smart, I think.
Yeah, definitely. So Hulu and FX will be doing It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia has been renewed for 4 additional seasons.
Holy shit.
Right?
Yeah, so it'll be the longest running live action sitcom in television history.
Insane.
Really?
For good
Yeah.
reason.
So
Wait.
it's longest running, but it's still not the most episodes.
Right, because I think it's like only 10 episodes per season?
Yeah.
Something like that.
But I'm trying to think, there's nothing else.
Nope.
Because I guess what I've been thinking about is the fucking Simpsons. So you said live action. Yeah, that
action.
checks out.
yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
for them.
Also announced is that Noah Hawley will be doing an Alien series,
There you
which will
go.
be interesting.
They're
let's
screwing
see
with that
what else.
timeline even more.
Yeah. Handmaid's Tale was renewed for a 5th season.
Good.
As far as more FX shows go, American Horror Stories will be continuing as well. The Old Man platform, Reservation Dogs, and Why the Last Man will be available on Hulu. And on
Is that what we're
Star.
calling it now? The old man platform?
Very funny. But yeah, so they've definitely still got a lot of content coming out within the next few years. So I'm glad to hear that they're keeping Disney will be overall keeping their more adult-oriented content and their Disney Plus content
Now,
separated.
so speaking of the adult content, wasn't there something that there was where you could opt in to see adult content? Was that on Disney Plus or was that somewhere else? I read where it's like you can either keep it all family friendly or opt in to have the adult content included.
So that was outside of the United States in places where Star was going to be integrated into Disney Plus.
Ah, okay.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes more sense because Star will be more of the international one, and I don't think it will be available here in the U.S. because
No,
it doesn't
it will
really need
not.
to be.
Because you just have Hulu, and they
Yeah.
just said the same thing. Star is being treated. You can either just get Star or just get Disney Plus or do the bundle the same way you do that with Hulu here.
Yes.
And so Hulu is just going to remain. Star is essentially becoming the international version of Hulu.
Yeah. And in countries where they're able to, they will have live local television similar to the way you can get Hulu TV here in the United States.
It's all so confusing. I think everybody's brain is fried. I feel the energy of the room right now, and it's just like we're all going, what to talk about? And I was like, oh, we didn't talk about Willow. What about Willow series?
There you go, Willow.
Yeah.
Or Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What else? We got
Cruella.
Beauty and the Beast series.
Yep.
Swiss Family Robinson, Percy Jackson and the Olympians,
Oh, I'm so excited for that.
Mighty Ducks Game Changers,
Yes.
Turner and Hooch, something
Told
called
you
Big
that-
Shot, and the
Big
Mysterious
Shot.
Benedict Society.
Yeah, there's so much.
Peter Pan and
And
Wendy.
Kardashians.
Kardashians.
Hello.
Let's
No,
not-
I'm
let's not talk about that.
I don't want anybody to think that I'm a Kardashian stan. Let's make that clear.
No!
Exactly.
Yeah, is there anything else that we want to talk about that we didn't hit?
I guess the general question about today, like of all this stuff. Do you think they, in a sense, just blew their load by telling us? Like, wouldn't you want to pepper kind of this in, or do you think this is a good way to drive a bunch of subscriptions?
I mean, go ahead, Sabrina.
Oh well, no, I think it is great to drive subscriptions for sure, and like keeping that. One second, a huge.
even the damn garbage trucks out here trying to shut Sabrina up. This is bullshit.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh god.
So anyways, I do think that this is obviously going to drive subscriptions, because I don't think, besides like the Mandalorian, I don't think they had enough to really keep people onto Disney Plus. But knowing that all of this is getting sprinkled into the future, I don't know if they had to go this far into the future, because I feel like it was such an information overload. I just hope with everything overall, obviously we're getting a ton of new shows, a ton of new films, things like that. So the biggest thing is just keeping it refreshing, keeping people wanting more, keeping people onto Disney Plus. I don't know about announcing all of this, because I think we could be on here talking about everything, going through every single thing for like 7 hours. I don't even think we can possibly do this in an hour and a half. And that's where it's tough. But hopefully, even though they announce news for years into the future, hopefully they can still keep people interested going forward, because obviously they didn't talk about some of the things like Moon Knight and a bunch of other ones kind of sprinkled throughout. So just keep it interesting, keep it refreshing, and I will be there watching as much content as I can.
Exactly. Winston, what do you think?
I actually don't hate this move. And the reason why is I think you got to look at the title of what this was. This wasn't D23. This wasn't Disney's fan plan. This was the Disney Investor Con. So this is specifically, and that's what I mean by I also wanted to watch the numbers at the end. This is to let people that are putting money in Disney know, since, hey, we lost our parks and this has had a massive blow on us. Hey, we had to cancel production on certain things or hold production on another thing, or we were starting this Obi-Wan show, but now we don't know if the Obi-Wan show's happening. Like, so much was up in the air about the state of Disney. This was to let the people that give them money know, don't worry, fam, we got y'all. Not just for today, not just for tomorrow, but for the next 5 to 10 years, we have set the stage for all of this. And I think that that's the thing. We get excited, obviously, because we're the ones consuming the content. But this wasn't about us. This is about the bankers and the Fortune 500s and all that stuff. So I think that this was a very good move.
Okay.
It was for Dwain. It was for fucking Dwain. That's why he knows all this shit.
Yeah.
I do have quite a bit of Disney stock.
Oh, you do? Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I think Airbnb was the way to go if you could get in early on that one. That one shot up, speaking of stocks. But yeah, Alex, I don't know. Like, this is, I feel there's like, it's like an exhaustion of information right now. I'm feeling like, and reading it the night before and this morning, and like I don't know, I feel overwhelmed. And of course, having to host for the first time, it was a probably one of the worst days to make that suggestion ever. But
Hey, but Brad, you did so
Great.
awesome today.
Well, thank you.
And I'm very happy that you were able to sit in the host chair today. So thank you for hosting the show and having a good time. So
it was fun. It was fun. I'm not sure how long we're supposed to go, or I just asked the boss man if we were supposed to go later now, or just anybody Schmoebots that want to get in there and let us know what you think. I don't know if we go to Streamlabs. We thought we'd be talking for 4 hours about this, I think, initially, but nobody wants to.
So I
do
will
want
say,
doing good.
To Winston's point, Disney's stock's price has increased in the 6 hours the stock market's been open. It's increased $20 already.
Dang.
I don't understand stocks.
That's what this was about, because they had to, in years past, they could always take losses on films because they had the parks were making so much money. So they had to recoup that loss this year, and this is their way to do it, is to, now that they've already smashed their 4-year plan for Disney Plus, let's smash it again in a year.
Yeah.
Totally agree. Well, listen, I'm gonna. Oh, you got one more?
Oh
Hit
yeah,
it.
sorry. I just want to say, like, this also shows their investors that they are investing in these creators, in these stars, in these up and coming talent. There's so many new names and up and coming names that are being announced to create all this new content that I'm very happy to see that. And it's also kind of a, hey, HBO Max, Warner, like, we're gonna take your talent, and like, because Denis Villeneuve spoke out again against WB, so it's just like Disney is so confident in what they can create in their creators and communicating with them. So it's just a great move by Disney, I'd say.
Yes. And now the Winston said it, with this is an investor meeting, if it were just like the D23, is that what it's called? I'm in the know. I was asking for Dwayne. He wasn't sure. If it were something like that, maybe this wouldn't have been so blown up and it would have been a bit of more tease. But yeah, I mean, if you're going to get people to be happy about the money they're spending, then they certainly gave a lot of content to do that. I think we should wrap this thing up because I can feel everyone's energy. I want to thank everybody who paid yesterday to have me host. I had a lot of fun. I am going to be back. We hit another goal. I will be back sometime in the future as the Flirtin' Flouse because we hit another goal. So wait, what? Did you not know that this was a?
I didn't know that. So this was because y'all hit a goal yesterday.
I opened my mouth and I said, Christian said we might not do a show because he would go over on his Mandalorian. And I said, hey, if we hit 1,500, I'll host tomorrow.
Holy shit. Now, first of all, y'all hit 1,500. And second of all, sir.
And then they went to 2,000 for Flouse at some point. So I felt a lot of love yesterday, and I felt it today, and I appreciate all of you being here with me. Let's play that music out and go look over all these content again. Please hit the like button, comment. Spectacular tomorrow! Come on, get your tickets if you're not a $10 up Patreon. Get out there. Come check it out. If only to see Dan Merle. Okay, so you're gonna have fun. You're gonna become a fan of this Schmoedown if you check this out, and we will see you Monday. Peace.